welcome. This is episode 68 of the Fiber by Design podcast. I'm your host, Lydia. You can find me as Lydia B on Ravelry and as Lydia Knits on Instagram and Periscope. And then you can find the indie yarn company that I own, Ohloops, as Ohloops on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and in the Ohloops Ravelry group. And if you're not a member of the Ohloops Ravelry group, I suggest that you pop on over there. That's where I keep all of the show notes for this. I do also keep show notes in the down bar on the YouTube channel, but I don't put any of the links there. It's easier for me just to do that on Ravelry. So if you want a link to a specific pattern, that's the best place to find it. That's also where I host all of the knit-alongs that I'm doing and post shop updates and things like that. So, yeah. Okay. I am so sorry that it has been more than a month since I saw you guys last. January was a really rough month for my family. When I saw you guys last time on a regular episode, we had all been sick. My daughter had just gotten over having her injury to her ear, and things kind of just snowballed from there. We kind of just really have been sick on and off most of January, and even part of this month. I still have a little bit of a head cold going on, but it's finally starting to feel better, so I wanted to pop on and say hi because it has been so long since I got to chat with all of you, and I was really missing that. And January is really a tough month for me anyways, this year especially, because it marked 5 years since my mom has passed, and so that kind of hit me harder than I was expecting. But yeah, so I just apologize that it's been so long. So as always, I podcast in Spokane, Washington, where I live with my husband and our 3 children and our fur babies, who, if you hear some of the fur babies or even the real babies, I apologize in advance. I normally podcast on the weekend, but this weekend was busy and I was trying to get some of the yarn dyed, so I'm podcasting on Monday. It is currently nap time. My kids have done their schoolwork for the morning and the kiddos that I nanny are all taking naps. But my kids are upstairs in their room having some quiet time, so we'll see how quiet their quiet time is. And all 3 of my pets are kind of right here. 2 of them are over here in the hallway, and one of them's over in the living room trying to be sneaky by being on the chair. So, and as you can see, I'm in a different location. I am in my living room. It is still pretty cold here. I think today's only about 30, so I am still going to be recording inside. But I just decided I didn't like the white background, just the solid white. It was kind of blah. So just trying something out. Hopefully eventually, we'll be back to podcasting in my regular spot in the garage. After we get that remodeled, we're hoping to do that this spring and summer. So, but let's jump in, shall we? Let's talk about knitting. So, take a drink of my coffee real quick. Today I'm just drinking coffee from Indaba Coffee, which is the family that I nanny for. They own that. And in my brand new coffee mug that Amber of Banna and Bean gave me for my birthday. And I'll talk more about my birthday presents from her in a little bit, but I love this mug. Even with all of the coffee mugs that I've collected, and I have a ton because I love them, I've never had a coffee cup with my initial on it. And so when I opened this from her, I thought that was really cool. I'm like, oh, I love it. I've never had one with my initials, so I really like it. So, okay. Let's see. We'll do non-knit-along knitting stuff first. So I have a couple finished objects, and I guess technically I should say knitting and crochet, because these are crochet projects. I watched Andy Sue of the Andy Sue Knits podcast. She had, I think it was in January. She had a cute little video about some Valentine's projects, and she showed the heart garland that's from Sarah Anderson, and I just thought the little hearts were so cute. So I went and looked, and I decided I wanted to make some. And I actually made a whole bunch and put them in to the little mini skein sets that I sent out, because I made a ton of them. And I'm like, what am I going to do with all these little hearts? But they were so cute, so I wanted to share them with everybody. So I did keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for myself. So I did this one on fingering weight. So it's really tiny. And this is just round 1 of that pattern. To make them bigger, you continue on, and there's a couple more rounds. I think there's 2 or 3, I don't remember. But mine are pretty small. And here's another one that same size, out of fingering weight. And then one more fingering weight one. And then I did 2 that are slightly bigger. Again, just round 1, but these are on worsted weight, so they're just a little bigger. And I love them. I'm probably going to attach little strings to them and use them as ornaments on my tree, but then also for maybe the ornament along with Andy and Amber, or excuse me, Molly and Amber. So I have those, and then I started out as a crocheter. My mom taught me how to crochet when I was younger. I think I was about 8 or 9, and for the most part I just made blankets, because that's what my mom made. My mom crocheted blankets, and I have a blanket that she crocheted, and it was always one of those, she tried to make them for all of the new babies born into the family. And so I've crocheted blankets my whole life. I've made a couple for my uncle. I've made one for my grandmother that I now have. But the other, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, I kind of got this, like, I want to crochet some stuff. And I am going to make the granny stripe blanket that everyone's making. I just haven't done it yet, because I'm still working on my own memories one. I'm like, I don't know if I can have more than one blanket at a time. But I wanted to make little baskets. Now, I have no idea what I'm going to use these baskets for, but they're just so cute. So this is the simple crochet basket, and I got it off of Just Be Crafty, and I'll post a link to it. So there are 2 sizes. There's the small size and the large size. So this is the large size. And by large, so the circumference of the basket never changes. It's just the height of the basket. So as far as the pattern is concerned. So to make the large one, you just have to knit 19 rows up before doing the little handles. And I knit this on a size H hook. The pattern itself, I think, called for, I think it was an F or a G. I don't remember. But I've always been a tighter crocheter, just like I am a knitter, so I went up a couple sizes to get the basket size that I wanted, because doing it on the hook required my basket was pretty small. So there's that. And this is just some old deep stash yarn. I honestly have no idea what it is. I do know I made a blanket for my uncle out of it, but I don't know what it is. So there's that one. And then I made one that's slightly shorter, and I did this one on a J hook, I believe, because I chose to use bulky weight yarn. So this one I did the shorter size, so this one only had 16 rows after, so it's slightly shorter. But because it is the bulky, it is a little bit bigger around. And I did this one as a 2-tone, so it's just brown on the bottom and then the blue on the top. And this is Ohloops yarn. And the brown, I believe, was a Harry Potter. Yeah, I believe this is the brown from the Errol hat kit for the Haunt of Owls hat kit that wasn't this last Harry Potter, but the year before. And this blue was a blue that I don't know that we ever put in the shop. It was, we were trying out some colorways, and I believe that, I'm pretty sure Sarah had dyed this, and I don't think we ever named it, but it's just left over. And then this is again a smaller one. So this one I went down. I used a small needle for this. This is still worsted weight yarn. But for this one I did only, I think I did only 13 rows because I wanted it shorter than this one. And this is worsted weight. They're all, aside from the bulky one, they're all supposed to be knit on worsted weight. And so this one's the only one that didn't have the required yarn. And this is the Pumpkin King colorway. But I really like them, and so I think they're just this really cute little series of baskets. And they kind of all match. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But I really like them. They were a really quick, easy knit. Each one takes about, I don't know, it took me, I don't know, maybe half hour, 45 minutes. Yeah, so pretty quick and easy. And if you wanted to make them bigger, that would be easy as well. You could use bulkier yarn, or you could just do, so you only increase the bottom part of the basket so many stitches. And this is a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away. I believe you get to 50 stitches and then you start making the sides. So if you just kept with the same math, you could increase until the base of your basket was the size that you wanted and keep going. So I probably at some point will make a bigger one because I really do like them. And I think they would be a lot of fun to put, you know, yarn in, or toys for the kids, or even things in my office. So I think I will make a bigger one at some point. Okay. So those are my only finished items that weren't for knit-alongs. So I'll show you some works in progress. My first one is being housed in my beautiful bag from Shannon of Socksetra. And I have changed out a lot of my bags from the last time I saw you guys to be working with my bags that kind of make me think of February and of Valentine's Day. So a lot of them are pink. This one is still in the same bag that it was last time because it's pink, so it worked for me. And this is my Tama sweater from Kelly. She used to be Kelly Brooker, and now she's Kelly Van Nierkirk? I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I've made pretty good progress since the last time I saw you guys. I had just started the stockinette portion of the collar last time. And now I'm almost all the way done with the body. And I am making the 6-year-old size. And the top green up here, which isn't actually showing real true to color, it's kind of getting, I don't know, it looks a little darker on screen than it actually is. That right there is a little more realistic. So this is the mistletoe colorway. And then I have, this is the frosted garland, and then this is just some natural snow. And so I put it on him the other day, and to get it to the right length, I was right here on this stripe when I tried it on, and so I needed to do 2 more of these, and either 1 or 2 more of these before starting the rib. I talked to my husband, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to end the striping on this color, since that's where I started it, and then put the green on the bottom, or if I wanted to go to the white. And my husband said he liked the idea of having odd numbered stripes, so I think I will go back to the frosted garland before putting the border, the ribbed border. The pattern does call for you to put the little garter border back on the bottom of the sleeves and the bottom of the sweater. I want mine to be a rib on the bottom, so I'm going to do that. I am, however, also going to put in a lifeline before I do it, because I would really like to have the bottom of this sweater and the ribs on both the cuffs pretty long, but I don't have very much of the green left. I only have about that much. So I think I'm going to put in a lifeline after I do my last stripe, and then do the border as long as I want it, and then I'm going to weigh my yarn and see if I have enough to do the cuffs in the green as well, and if I don't, then I might go back and rip the border out and just do the cuffs and the bottom in the green frosted garland. So, or in the, excuse me, in the speckled frosted garland. So, we'll see. But that's it, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a fun, easy sweater knit in my opinion. I definitely recommend it as a child's sweater if you haven't knit very many of them. Kelly's pattern is easy to read. She has lots of measurements. It's, yeah, I definitely recommend it. I think it's great. So, and if I am not mistaken, I do believe, yes, the pattern includes instructions for anything from DK weight to light worsted, heavy worsted, and bulky. So I'm doing mine on DK, but if you wanted, if you wanted to do yours on worsted, then she has the numbers for that. So yeah, so I have that. I would really like to get the body of it done this week if possible. So there's that. Okay, and the only other project I've been working on that isn't knit along related is my Oh Memories blanket, which will forever be housed in my beautiful bag from Stephanie of Stitch Marks the Spot. When I saw, or no, I guess when you guys saw it last, I was either working on the September colorway or I had just finished it. So this is September, which was a colorway I dyed for my very first pattern I ever designed, which is called Marcella Rose, and it's dedicated and inspired by, excuse me, I got a fuzz, by my mom. And I made kits that all had something to do with her. And so this one is the September one because her birthday was in September and her favorite color was turquoise. So I had either just finished this one or I was about to finish it, I don't remember. But since then I finished this square, which is the I Dreamed a Dream skein, which was inspired by the Broadway production of Les Miserables, which was for the A Night at the Met collection that Ohloops did a couple years ago. And then I've also done, sorry, I'm currently in the middle of a square. I should have finished it before I showed it to you because it makes it difficult to move. But I'm also have done this one, which is Ray and Lewis from the Disney collection. And I used that skein to knit a pair of socks for my oldest daughter. And then I'm currently working on this cute one right here, which you can't really see, but these are little stripes of the leftover skeins of my Haverland Yarns Advent socks. So, yeah, so I just had a teeny tiny little bit left of each one. I figured it was probably enough to make one of the squares. So I'm just using all of those up because I thought it would be fun to have all of those yarns in my blanket as well, because I love my Advent socks. And I did decide to magic knot the ends for this. I didn't figure that would be too painful or cause too many issues as far as weaving in ends and things like that. And I figured it would also help me use all of the yarn that way. So I'm working on that. But the best part about it, you guys, is that since you've seen me last, I got all of the ends woven in. So here's the back side. All of the ends are woven in. So the only ends that are out now are just the ones on this row that I'm currently working on. So that makes me really happy. I'd gotten to the point where working on it was getting a little difficult because every time I'd go to turn it, my yarn would get caught on the ends or my needles would, and so I wanted to get all those woven in. So I'm happy that that is done. So hopefully when you guys see me next, my goal is to try and get this row that I'm currently working on finished. So we shall see. I'm participating in the Yarn Love Challenge on Instagram, and one of I think it was the prompt for yesterday was progress. And if you follow Ohloops on Instagram, because I'm doing it on my Ohloops account and not on my personal one, it was to show progress. And I had made the comment that I'm truly working on so many projects, which I think there are 10 active projects on my needles. Maybe only 8, I don't know. But because I'm working on so many of them, I don't feel like I'm really making any progress on anything, like small bits of progress. And I'm honestly a little stressed out by it right now. I've kind of jumped in and started doing, I think, 1 too many knit-alongs. And so I have little bits and pieces of progress on all of my things. And I have to admit, you guys, I truly struggle with podcaster anxiety and remorse when it comes to having projects to show you guys. And I know that's ridiculous, and I know I completely put the pressure on myself. You guys don't do that at all, but I feel so guilty when I sit down to podcast and I know that you guys are going to be taking your time out of your day to come and watch me. And if I don't have something significant to show you, or if I don't have any progress on something that I showed you last time, it always makes me feel guilty or really bad, like I've just wasted your time. So I always am like, I have to work on every single thing for just a little bit, so at least there's something to show. When in reality, you probably don't mind at all. So I should stop letting my brain get the better of me sometimes, I guess. The last thing that I wanted to tell you guys, so when I saw you guys last, I had just done the sweet little toe of my Christmas Eve cast on socks with Danny of Little Bobbins. I ripped them out, you guys. Wah, wah. I tried the pattern that I told you guys I was going to do, and the pattern was originally written in French and then converted into English. Try as I might. I tried toe up. I even cast on and tried it cuff down, to see if it was maybe just that when I was converting it to do it toe up, that I was missing something. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go back and do it the way that it says to get the pattern to work. I could not get it to look the way that it was supposed to. My little zigzaggy things were not leaning. Like there was, on the picture of the pattern, there's a definite like raised, it almost looks like the stitches are raised up as if they were slipped or something. Mine wouldn't do that no matter how I did it. And so it must have been me, or it must have been an issue with the translation, because there's lots of projects done with those socks and it worked for other people. So I couldn't get them to work. And so I'm like, okay, I won't do that pattern. So then I thought I would give the, I can't think of the name of them right now. They're the beautiful flower pattern. There was a knit along for them. I'll insert the name right here because my brain is not working. But I was like, okay, I'll try that. I couldn't get that to work either for whatever reason. It's like one of my flowers looked fine, and then the other 3, I don't know if it's that I had slipped my stitch wrong, but they didn't, I don't know, it just didn't work. So I was like, apparently this sock just doesn't want me to work on it right now, or it doesn't want to be a pattern sock, it just wants to be vanilla. So I ripped them out, and I'm going to cast onto them again probably next month because they do have green in them, and maybe use those for my color of the month for March, or I don't know, maybe just wait until next Christmas. I'm not sure. I don't know. Because I really do love the yarn, and I really liked the way it was knitting up, and I do want to knit them. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be with either of those patterns. So yeah. But okay, let's do our knit along stuff. So Callie Sai. First, I wanted to show you guys the minuscule progress I made on my January Color of the Month project. I did not finish it, which is okay. It's my knit along, so it's okay that I didn't finish it. these are the best friend socks that I'm making for my daughter and her best friend, Addie. And Addie's birthday was on February 4th, but they're not having her birthday party until later in the month because everyone's just been so busy. So I don't have to have them done right now. So I'm justifying the fact that they're not finished. But they are still in this beautiful blue unicorn bag from Diane of the Suburban Stitcher. And I love this bag because my friends and I kind of have this inside joke about all being unicorns. So it has a special place in my heart. But these are Addie's socks. I am about, I don't know, about an inch from where I would need to start increasing the heel. So I haven't made nearly as much progress as I would like. I'm hoping to try to work on these this week as well. But, so what I'm doing is, so one whole sock will be the blue and one will be this, aside from the cuff of this one is going to be this color and the cuff of this one is going to be this. So this sock is knit with Madeline Tosh, I believe, Madeline Tosh sock, or I don't remember. Yes, Tosh sock, which is 100% superwash merino wool, 395 yards. And this is the Baltic colorway. And you guys, it is so much more turquoise than it is showing up on screen. Yeah, it's really beautiful turquoisey color. That right there is a little more accurate. And this one is Hedgehog Fibers in her sock base, which is %90 superwash merino, 10% nylon, and this is the Monet colorway. So this is Addie's pair, and Addie's feet are just a tiny bit smaller than Emma's, so I am knitting hers on 60 stitches, and I have to get to 6.5-ish inches before increasing for the heel. So I'm getting, I think I'm about an inch or so away from increasing for the heel. But those are them. So I think Addie will really like them. And then once I get cast off of Addie's, I will cast onto Emma's so that they can have matching socks. And I already told Emma that she probably wouldn't get hers at the same time that Addie got hers, and she was okay with that. So okay. And then my February color of the month project is my February Scrappy Socks. Sorry guys, trying to move my notes. And I got one of them done. So here's the first one. And I finished this in a weekend because I cast on and I just loved it so much that I just kept going. So like my Advent socks, there are 18 different colors, and a majority of them are Ohloops yarn. This one right here is not. This one is the Secret Handshake from Renee of Spin Right Round. And then this beautiful one right here is from Regina, Herbs Flat Regina. And this one right here is also from her. And I apologize, both of those I believe were, so they came in the little fall mini skein set that I bought. And they were both German names, those two skeins I believe. But I don't remember which ones were which because it said on the listing, but when they came in the package, I don't remember which ones they were. But anyway, I love them, and I think they're both a beautiful addition to the sock. So, but a couple of these, so this one is Rabbit, which was just up in the shop last month, as well as Carl and Ellie. And that's the March Hare. This one was a club yarn. I can't think of the name of right now. This one is the Monarch Butterflies. This one was one that I just dyed as kind of like a fun test knit to test out some colors. This one is the Bouquet skein. This one is Worn Brass and Leather. That one is Heartthrob. This one was part of the Mama's Garden set that I dyed for my mom's design. So yeah, so I really love that. I'm excited. I'm gonna hopefully get some other things off my needles this week and cast on. I had hoped to have them done before Valentine's Day, but Valentine's Day is tomorrow, so that won't happen. But that's okay. So, and they're in my beautiful Mrs. Brown's bag. So all the little minis. You guys can't see them. There they are. They're in there. And I am knitting these toe up on my Higher Sharps US size 2, 64 stitches. So yeah, I think they're really sweet. And I loved how these two colors worked up so much, and this pink one, that I have enough yarn left of all three of these that I might make an additional pair just with those three. And I did think it was kind of cute how these were kind of all the cool pastel-y colors, and then as we went up we kind of got darker and then back to like the pastel-y color up here. So. And I am also going to hopefully add these to, so these will be my first official pair of box of socks with Kristen's box of socks from the One by Yarngasm podcast. But then Bethany of the Woolberry Fiber Company and podcast is having the Be Mine cowl, and I believe the only requirement was that you had to knit something Valentine's February inspired. And I think it goes till the end of the month. I was going to check and I completely forgot. I think it goes to the end of February, but it might only go till tomorrow. So if it goes till tomorrow, then I won't enter them. But if it goes to the end of the month, then I'll enter them for that as well. So before I move on to my other knit along projects, I wanted to have the prize winners for January announced really quick for the Color of the Month cowl. As I mentioned in January, the Color of the Month cowl will run all year. And every month I'm going to award little prizes. And then at the end of 6 months, a large prize for both threads. And then at the end of the year, I'll have 3 big prizes. One for someone who completed a project every single month. And then a large project for someone who completed the last 6 months of the year projects for both of those threads. So, okay. For the Ohloops thread, and I did this already on the random number generator because I had to go through and look back and see which posts were just for January, because I'm not going to making a new thread every month. I'm just leaving it open. So for the Ohloops FO, is post number 7, which was Julie Pooley 71, and she made a very pretty pair of blue socks. So Julie, you are winning this beautiful stitch marker from the Scrappy Thread. I won a prize from her last month, and so I loved it so much that I went into her shop and purchased some stuff. So you guys will get to see the prize in a little bit, but you can find her at thescrappythread.etsy.com. And Julie, you're gonna get this. And I decided to do a red one because it's, you know, we're going into February, so I thought that would be kind of fun. So Julie, let me know you saw this, and I'll get that sent to you. And the non-Ohloops prize thread, or FO thread, excuse me, was post 31, and that was Lizzie 215. And she made a very pretty, sweet blue blanket. So Lizzie, you are going to be winning this lavender apple scented lanolin hand and body butter from Tuft Woolens. So if you would message me on Ravelry with your address, letting me know that you saw this, I'll go ahead and get that sent to you. Okay, so those were the January prizes for the color of the month thread, so, or count. So if you are participating in February, I will award 2 more small little prizes on next, at the end of February on the podcast in March. So, okay. Whip It Wednesday. So, guys, I finished my quiz hat. This was the first Whip It Wednesday project that I had decided to work on. I had cast this on last spring and never finished it. So, this is the quiz hat by Melanie Berg out of the Ohloops Song Sung Blue colorway. And I really love it, you guys. Here, I'll try one. I haven't blocked it yet, which I probably will because I want it to be slightly more slouchy back here. But I really like it. It's got this beautiful slip stitch texture thing. The long brim, which I'm always a fan of. And the beautiful little cable thing here. And I did finish that. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was before February. But, okay. So this month, my Whip It Wednesday project is in this beautiful bag from Carrie of Freckled Whimsy. And I honestly have to say, I think this is probably one of my absolute favorite bags. I love this fabric. And my project actually matches the fabric, which makes me really happy. So I am working on the Looking at Her pattern, which is a pattern that I designed. And this was, we actually did a knit along for it back in March of 2016. And I'm knitting mine out of the Charles Strauss colorway, which was also from the Night at the Met collection, and just a semi-solid black called Raven. So I'm currently working on this section. So there's one more of the black sections and then another one of these and then just the border. So I'm getting closer to being done. And this will be my second one of these. I knit the one that I designed it out of, so. But I really like this color combination. I have a lot of navy blue in my wardrobe, so it'll match the blue. And I have a coral colored sweater that I think it will also go really well with. So yeah, so I'm happy about that. And I am doing this on my Hiya Sharps US size 5 circular needles. And I'm hoping to have that be finished for February. I'm hoping that will be my Whip It Wednesday finished object for this month. So there's that. Okay, now this is probably, aside from my February Scrappy Socks, this project I think is my favorite that I'm currently working on. I worked on this the week of the anniversary of my mom's death, and it truly just kind of brought me some comfort and peace. My mom never really got to see a lot of my knitting. I was still a fairly new knitter when she passed away. I had been doing it for a couple years, but I hadn't made very many things at that point. And I hadn't opened Ohloops yet, so she never got to see any of my dyeing. And so this is a project I know she would have really liked. It would have been colors that she would have liked. The the aesthetic of the pattern itself and the way that you wear it and the design she would have thought was really pretty. Yeah, so there was just a lot of stuff that went into working on this project that week for me. But this is the shawl by Andrea Mowry, and I am knitting this for the Brave New Year cowl that I'm co-hosting with Sarah of the Make Things Club, and that's it right there. And I am completely in love with this. And if you follow either me or Ohloops on Instagram, you've seen progress pictures of it. I did dye all of the yarn for it. It is on my figure 8 worsted base. And I have 4 colors. So there's this one, which is this beautiful, like mustardy kind of toffee color. And I called this one Wicker Wheat. This one is kind of a stone slate blue, and so I called it Cold Stone. This beautiful green one, which I called Pistachio Pudding. And this really pale peach, which I called Antique Lace. And so I haven't added my 4th color yet. I'm to the point where now I have to add the peach in. But this is what I've done so far. And I really love the way the colors are knitting up together. And I just think that these textured sections are beautiful. And I have my little tree progress keeper on here. And so the next one will be the peach, and it has the same texture as the blue and the green. And then after that, it has a color work section, which the reason I'm doing this project for the Brave New Year is that you were supposed to do a new to you technique, and I have never done color work before. So it will be my first time, but I've read the pattern a couple of times now, and I think the color work should be fairly simple. So I'm kind of excited for it. So I have that section, and then I work on that next. And this knit along that I'm doing with Sarah is supposed to only go until March 1st. So I don't know if I'll get this done because there is quite a bit left to do. But I'm okay with that. I'm enjoying the process of this knit so much. Andrea is an amazing pattern designer and writer. Her pattern is very easy to follow, very easy to read, and just the design as a whole it just has touched my heart. I love everything about this project. So if it takes me a while to knit, I'm okay with that. And I'm even more excited because Amber of Banna and Bean is knitting one with me as well, and I dyed the yarn for hers, so I can't wait to see some progress on hers. She got cast on not very long ago. So, and this is currently in my I Love Lucy bag. It's also from Stephanie of Stitch Marks the Spot. Unfortunately, it's getting to be a little snug in here, so I'm probably going to have to move it into a different bag. And Amber had me pick out fabric to make me a bigger bag for it. So she's working on those, I do believe. Okay. The last project I'm working on that is knit along related is, this is a Stephanie bag podcast. In this beautiful pink bag with the elephant from Stephanie of Stitch Marks the Spot. And these are bags that she made for my club this summer. This was for I did a travel theme, and this was for Japan. This was a Japanese inspired month. And it's got this beautiful blue on the inside. This is my Constellate hat from Hunter Hammersman. I'll find a picture of it so you guys can see what the hat looks like. And I love it. She says, constellate. It's a verb, to cluster together as with stars in a constellation. And so this is for the Doctor Who knit along with Michelle in the Alan Oak Tree podcast. And she said that you could do specific Doctor Who things or like space themed or, you know, things like that. So this having to do with stars, she said worked. So I just think this pattern is absolutely stunning. I'm sadly not making very much progress on it, so I'm hoping to have it done before the end of the knit along, which I do believe also only goes till March 1st. But this is out of Hedgerow Yarn, and this is her Silky Sock, which is 50% superwash merino, 50% silk, 437 yards. And this is the Constance colorway. And you guys, oh, first off, when this yarn came in the mail, her packaging was absolutely stunning. But this yarn, just the depth of color it has, and oh, yeah. And it's so soft. Working with it has been absolutely a dream. I think that it's going to be so soft on my head, and I think it's going to show off the star pattern absolutely beautifully. So I'm right at about a little bit over 3 inches, and I have to get to about an inch more on the brim before I can start the stitch, the pretty star stitch. So, but yeah, I'm in love with it. So I have been working on that a little bit. I worked on that for a little bit this weekend. And then last but not least, I am hopefully going to cast on and finish a Voodoo You Love Me doll by Susan Claudino to add to Diane, the Suburban Stitcher. She always does a rainbow along. And so I'm going to show you the yarn that I got from her that I'm hoping to use. So that will lead us right into Penny Post. Okay, so I've received so many beautiful things in the mail, you guys. I kind of have gone on another purchasing spree. But this is the beautiful Rainbow Along 2017 colorway from Diane on her glitter sock, which is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% gold stellina, 438 yards. Isn't it pretty? And so I'm hoping to hold it double and make a DK version of the little Voodoo You Love Me, so she'll be a little smaller, or he'll be a little smaller. Probably a she. I think I'll make a she. But I make one, or I try to make one. I think I've made one every February for the last couple of years. There is one year I missed, but I think this will be a fun little voodoo doll. And then I also got the rainbow bag from Diane. And you guys, look at how well that matches. She did an awesome job. It's beautiful. I love this bag. And it's got the fun little star and rainbow fabric hearts on the inside. So super cute flowers. Okay. I also got the wool, what was it called? The Will You Be Mine? Yes, the Wool You Be Mine kit from Carrie of Freckled Whimsy and the lovely Sue and Chelsea of Legacy Fiber Arts. Look how pretty that is, you guys. And this is the steel toe space, which is 75/25 merino nylon, 463 yards. And it's the Will You Be Mine colorway. And I love the inside fabric of this one too. sweet. Okay. I also got 3 beautiful bags from Amber of Banana and Bean. This one is the Hugs and Hot Cocoa bag. This one is one I told you guys about. Look at the cute little hearts. I love it so much. I love the little marshmallow with the bow on her head. I love it. So cute. And then I got to keep a bag from our Star-Crossed Lovers kits. And you guys, I always love Amber's bags, but this fabric just swoon. And this one has awesome polka dots on the inside. So those are all gone now. Those kits have all gone away. And then this one, which I absolutely love. Alice in Wonderland. And I'm going to use this bag this month as well as the hot chocolate one and the other one because they're all Valentine's February ones. But the cards have hearts on them, of course. And she is the Queen of Hearts. So I love this. And then, again, I've said it before, but if the inside's fabric is just as good, then I'm 100% sold. Look, you guys. I almost want to like turn it inside out so you guys can see how awesome the inside fabric is too. I love it. The Cheshire Cat. Yeah. Love. Love, love. So, there's that. Okay, a couple more things, guys. Sorry, this is kind of a long episode. That's what happens when you don't podcast more than once a month. I also ordered some amazing stuff from Tuft Woolens, Martha. This is a new soak soap, and I am kind of obsessed with this. I went to buy more and it's not in her shop, so at the moment, so I might have to message her and say, can you use more of this for me? But this is the espresso vanilla scent. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love it so much. I want everything to be washed in it. And then I also got the lemon biscotti hand cream, which I also really love. It absolutely smells like a lemon biscotti. It's amazing. So, and then the last thing I ordered that came in the mail was from Wee Chickadee Woolery. And you guys, I haven't opened it yet because I wanted you to see how beautiful it came wrapped. So I'm going to open it in front of you guys. I ordered this soft blank, but you guys, it came wrapped just like this with her beautiful card. And it says this is the one-of-a-kind end of autumn colorway. It's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina, 438 yards, and it was hand dyed by Jennifer. But it also came with the cutest little bird that says thank you and has a stitch marker. This absolutely adorable little bird tag that looks like it has knit stitches on it. And an absolutely adorable little bright rainbowy neon mini skein. I just thought it was the sweetest. But, oh, okay. I've been like, I ordered this a while ago, you guys. But like I said, I wanted you to see how beautifully wrapped it was, so I haven't actually opened the colorway to see it in its full glory. So here we go. Oh. Be still my heart, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, can you guys see the sparkle and just the absolute amazingness that is this sock blank? Oh, so pretty. Oh, it was even better than I expected. So pretty. I will wait because I have so many other things going on right now. But that is going to be so pretty. I love it. And it smells really good because it's been next to my soap. So, okay. Last but not least, for things that came in the mail, you guys, I ordered 2. So you got to see one of the ones that I ordered, the little stitch markers from the Scrappy Thread. Because like I said, I won something from her. So I ordered the red one that I gave away for the color of the month. And then I also ordered this one for myself, which is beautiful. And I don't know if you guys can see. So these are actually fabric stitch markers that come in the sweetest little, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just this sweet little metal circle. I can't see it. Oh yeah, you can right there. See the little scallops on the bottom? Yeah, so there's that. But she was having a, hey, I'm opening my shop giveaway on Instagram. And I commented and said, you know, congratulations on your shop. I'm super excited for you. I thought the bag was absolutely beautiful. Never did I think I'd win. I've never won any kind of giveaway thing on Instagram. So when she mentioned that I won, I started crying, you guys. I was so blown away. So I was given this beautiful stitch marker. And this bag, you guys. Look, so she does all like the scrappy quilt things. And she calls this her draw sack, one of a kind project bags made one scrap at a time. Her name is Erica Hall. And I love that it has the ruler as the drawstring ribbon. But it's so pretty, you guys. And then the inside is beautiful pink polka dots. So I got that, and I love it so much. It's the sweetest. And it came with this sweet little thank you note. So that came. And I'm always so blown away by quilted pieces anyways. So to have a one-of-a-kind quilted bag, I love it. Okay, so that's it for Penny Post. And I didn't bring it out here, you guys. And the little kiddo's napping. So for my birthday from Amber, I got this beautiful mug, and she gave me an amazing coloring book. One that she knew that I really liked, that I had purchased actually for a gift. Sure, okay, I do. And so she bought me one, and she bought me some really sweet stitch markers and some colored pencils to go with my coloring book. So that made me really happy. Okay. I wanted to quickly talk about, I should have done this back when I was talking about knit-alongs, and I totally forgot. So if you are participating in the Brave New Year, I will be giving away 3 prizes. So 2 for finished projects and 1 for the chatter thread. So if you are participating in the chatter thread, you are going to be getting a copy of this, which is the same coloring book that Amber bought me. It says I Dreamed of Yarn, and it's by Franklin Habit. You guys, I saw this book and had to have it for you guys, and I'm really loving coloring in mine. But it's like, it's this, you know, he dreamed the whole world was made of yarn and that everybody knit, and it's just the sweetest book. I'm trying to find the picture that I love. So this one is one of my favorites. It's a little gnome sitting on top of a big ball of yarn making a scarf. I love that. And there's the yarn tree. And the little lady who is planting bulky and worsted and lace yarn in her garden. And there's a mermaid. I'll show you the one. So this is the picture I'm currently coloring in mine. It's the unicorn with the little knitted scarf and the lady. So yes, if you are participating in the chatter thread, you will be winning this for the Brave New Year. And then if you are participating in the finished objects thread, one of you will win this sweet fox bag from the Silver Shed and a fox progress keeper from me. And one of you will win this Parisian bag that was from my cousin Jackie, who used to own Lip Syncing Ladybug. She no longer has that anymore. She doesn't do it. But you will also be getting a skein of the Signature Series Dashwood. So those are the projects that you could be winning if you are participating in the Brave New Year call. Okay, last but not least, dancing die pots. I wanted to quickly show you guys some of the colorways that are going to be in my shop update. My next shop update is going to be Saturday, February 18th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, my usual update time. And this collection is kind of got a bunch of things. So it'll have some St. Patrick's March inspired stuff. It has some beautiful Happy Rainbow inspired skeins. And then a few kind of like Dr. Seuss inspired stuff, just because Dr. Seuss's birthday is coming up. So I'll show you the ones that I have right now. Okay, so first up, which will be offered on my Fashion Knot base, which is my gold stellina, is this one. It's called You're My Lucky Charm, and it's got beautiful neon green and some teal and kind of like a pistachio green, and there are some darker pops of teal and some purple. So there's that. I also have Darling Danny Boy, which is kind of a darker, more earthy toned green, some pine green, some dark navy. There's also some gold, yellowy stuff. And this will be on the Ascot base. I have, this is Lady Amalthea, which is the unicorn from The Last Unicorn. And she was actually inspired by my friends. Like I said, we have this kind of inside joke that we, about unicorns. And so we went out to dinner for my birthday, and they had mentioned that they thought I really needed to have rainbow skeins and unicorn skeins. So I dyed this one up. So ladies, this one's for you. And that one will also be on the Fashion Knot, which is the gold stellina. I have this one, which is Don't Rain on My Parade, which is this beautiful light gray with pops of magenta and teal and neon yellow and cantaloupe. And this will actually be on a couple bases. So it's going to be on my Bimini Twist, which is 100% merino wool. It'll be on worsted and DK. And then I have Storm Clouds, which will be offered on both DK and Platinum, I think. No, maybe my Bimini Twist as well. Yeah, Bimini Twist. And it's just this really pretty navy and teal. And then I will have 2 sock blanks. So I have this one, which is kind of all rainbow colors, but they're like neon rainbow colors. And this one's called I Glow to My Own Drum. And then more traditional rainbow colors. This one is Punky Brewster. So she will be available as well. So yeah. So again, there are a couple other skeins that I don't have to show you right now that will be included. But that is going to be this coming Saturday, February 18th at 9 a.m. So I think that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes, well, several minutes out of your day to spend with me. I always appreciate my new and returning viewers and all of my wonderful subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm hoping that it won't be this long until I see you guys next. So until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week or 2 weeks and enjoy what you're knitting. Bye.